Hello and welcome back to the Footballing Question YouTube channel, and we are now going to start off our first proper Fantasy Premier League episode. Obviously we've had the first week of the season, so we all kind of know where we stand with our teams at the moment after 1 week. We all know where we are in the system with over 40 people in the league right now. Really good from people joining that. Obviously there is a £20 Amazon gift voucher reward with the opportunity to come on the podcast. That still remains. So yeah, that is the big reward at the end of the season. But for now, we're going to talk about how the week's gone. We'll do this every week, obviously. But yeah, just before we get into the specifics, boys, how do you think you've done this week? I'll start off with you, Jordan.
This week, I've not done too badly. I think I've done all right. It's a good start, a starting point that we can grow on, we can improve. And the rest of the season is definitely looking bright. We'll get into my team and your teams in a bit, though. But right now, I'm happy with where I stand.
Cool, that was a manager's answer.
You got to play the role.
Well, I presume it's my turn. Well, basically, I didn't do too badly. 64 points, Jordan, you're on 69, so really, I did roughly the same as you, but I did make a crucial mistake, really. I was just a bit lazy, a bit arrogant, and just didn't bother to do my captain. I don't know if that's because I forgot, or because I couldn't be bothered and thought, I'll be fine, our team looks good. And yeah, I captained Kane, and obviously that was a massive mistake. And then I vice-captained Alisson, which, he got points, but, imagine if I captained Salah, or vice-captained Salah or Fernandes. Definitely made a couple of mistakes, but I still got a decent amount of points. So, I'm happy with that. But at the same time, all I did was put in Salah and Fernandes, and everyone did that. And without them, I would have done very, very horribly.
Yeah, you two, not too far different. Obviously, Jordan, you started the week quite well because you captained Fernandes and were acting like you'd won the league already. And then everything started to catch up with you when other people clearly also had Salah or Fernandes. And I think it's clear that the people who have probably done best are the people who had both in their team and captained one of them. I think that's how it's worked this week. It's probably one of the highest scoring game week ones of all time because the two highest rated players on the game are, were worth it on week one, which doesn't always happen. But one of them got a hat trick, one got 2 assists and a goal. If you captained one of them, I nearly triple captained Salah for week one. Because he got a hat-trick last year, I thought, do you know what, Norwich,
Imagine.
I might go for it. And if I triple-captained him, I wouldn't have done that bad. I think I'd be top right now if I'd done that, but you never know. So I think I did okay. It's my best game week one in terms of points. It's my best start. I did have a little advantage over you two, and now we're going to get into the specifics of our teams. So you'll probably see the teams popping up on your screen right now. So as you can see, I went with my bench boost for week one. So that is gone for me. I cannot use that for the rest of the season. And the main reason I did that is I've always forgotten it exists. The way I've always played fantasy football, I have made my bench as cheap as is humanly possible and to make sure I have all the funds for my 11. Because obviously the point of your bench is you can sub players in, but I've always thought, no, if you've got a good 11, you don't need bench players. And also, I find it immensely annoying when one of your subs gets 10 points and can't be subbed on. So I've just thought, you know what, I never use my bench boost. But this time, I started off with an okay bench. Obviously, some of them were cheap, like Tsimikas and Amati, but I knew they'd start. I had Robert Sanchez of Brighton, and I also had Balogun on there because he was cheap and I knew he was going to start for Arsenal. So obviously those kind of things helped me a bit, as on my bench I got 15 points, which added up my total to 86. So actually my 11 beat you two anyway. I just want to get that out there. My starting 11 does beat you two anyway, but my bench really helped out. I was debating putting Salah and Fernandes in the same team. The only reason I didn't is because I was thinking I want to be able to transfer Lukaku in soon, whether it be next week or the week after, and it would take 2 transfers to take one of them out
Giving away your tactics.
put another midfielder in, and then get another striker in. I was thinking I need to spare $1 million and put it up front, which is why I had Vardy up front, because he's only one cheaper than Lukaku. So that is one straight swap. Boom. Obviously, Lukaku is probably going to play on the weekend against Arsenal, so that's still a debate in my mind whether I put him in or not. But I'm very happy with my team. Obviously, you can see Greenwood. Smith Rowe only got 2. Harvey Barnes was disappointing, but it's my bench which really did it for me. And Danny Ings getting that last-minute penalty helped me out. So, yeah, Jordan, do you want to go for your team, see what kind of worked, what kind of didn't?
Yeah. So, before this started, I knew the main people I wanted in. I wanted Trent in there. I wanted Fernandes in there. For sure, and Trent managed to get 6 points, fairly decent, I guess. Fernandes obviously got the big 40 points, so very happy with that. I made a few mistakes as well at the start, because I didn't actually realise that players like João Pedro weren't going to be playing this weekend, so I need to. And Cavani obviously didn't play. I had him on my bench, and I had João Pedro on my bench, thank God. But, you know, I need to watch out for that for next week. But, yeah, I started the 4-5-1. Sanchez in goal, 2 points. Decent. Fernandes was my only real standout player. And the only player that really carried me through the week. I ended up on 69 points, as you mentioned before, and I think for a start it's decent. There's room for improvement, transfers need to be made, but going forward McFred FC is looking alright. We're going to manage.
It's not quite its party time, but you know, it will do for now. Ashley's already kind of gone through a little bit of his team with the Harry Kane conundrum, which I'm surprised you went for it. We talked about Harry Kane on the podcast and mentioned, you know, he probably wouldn't play. He hadn't trained yet.
It was stupid. I also did another.
It's your first hit.
I made another horrible
It's your
mistake
first
as
chance.
well.
Another one.
Yeah. And my mates pointed this out to me as well. I just didn't pick any fullbacks, so that was also a massive mistake. So yeah, really, I had a lot of potential this weekend, and I bottled it. But you know, I know where I've gone wrong now. And next week, trust me, I'm climbing this leaderboard.
Yeah,
you would hope so.
Hopefully now you understand how you get points. You know, you need to.
Exactly.
The thing is,
I mean,
a lot of
before,
people.
I just didn't think.
I know, but you haven't like properly gone for it too much. I know how I was when I started fantasy football. I was like, oh, Kante's the best. I'll put him in. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Getting man of the match does not mean you get points. You don't get points per interception. You get goals, assists, clean sheet. That is all. So, you know, midfield, wingers and number 10s. That's it. Strikers, I mean, well, strikers is pretty easy. Just go for the like. Most of them will get points most weeks anyway. Just go for... With strikers, it's a bit more... You want to go for maybe more clever price ones. Because you could go for Werner, you could go for Lukaku, you could go for Kane. Maybe not Werner, I've just realised that's a massive mistake, he's awful. Same with Firmino, he's not going to score week in, week out. But like, you want to maybe get an Ings, a Bamford, maybe even an Ivan and Toney. I've seen a lot of people get Ivan Toney in. Obviously didn't score too many on week 1. But I'd expect him to get the bigger points as the season goes on, and not putting fullbacks in your defence, that's criminal. Where are the assists coming from? You know? Kieran Tierney's got a bit... You know what? I saw this just yesterday. Kieran Tierney made the most chances in the Prem on the weekend.
That's mental.
He made 8 chances. He made 8 chances.
We had a lot of shots as well, to be fair, Jordan. We had like 22.
Yeah.
Paul Pogba just had a 100% had a 100% ratio with his assists probably. But Tierney put 4 crosses in. But guess what? Our strikers don't make near post runs, so we don't score.
No, fair
but
enough.
yeah, cheap fullbacks, boys. That's the way. That is the way, boys.
Should we give a shout out to the people
We've all
at the
talked
top?
a bit about our team.
Sorry.
We got two joint.
Yeah, that's what I
joint
was going
top
to
people,
do.
don't we?
A lot of people, like I said earlier, the people at the top are pretty much people who have gone with Fernandes and Salah. I mean, you really couldn't have got above 70 without having either of them in your teams this week, let's be honest. But right at the top, you've got Sam Philp. I went to school with this guy in secondary school. He's a Liverpool fan, and yeah, 106. He did not need bench boost, unlike me. Despite having Ayling on the bench, who got 6. That's pretty nice. But yeah, he was smart enough to put Tsimikas in. A good, smart pick. You know, a lot of people should have gone for that. I went for Tsimikas because I knew Liverpool will get a clean sheet, and he's going to start. And you know what? He took corners as well for Liverpool, so that'll be a good watch out for while he's fit. He's got a high chance of getting assists, especially with Van Dijk being fit in the box. Arnold and Marty, I had all those picks as well, and Luke Shaw. We think alike defensively. Robert Sanchez, thinking alike. The difference was he put Fernandes in with Salah. That's the real nail biter, which has put him at the top, because I didn't think I'd be able to put both of them in at the same time. Greenwood had Greenwood as well, very similar. Barnes, I was similar there. Ings, but he also had Mikel Antonio, who got 13 points. So, yeah, he's done quite well. Very good week from him. And to be honest, I do remember playing fantasy football with him in a league a few years ago, and I do think he absolutely obliterated everyone. I think he's quite good at it, and I was reminded by that this week. So. He might be the favourite, but obviously joint top you've got Harley Yates with pending moderation. Again, Salah, Fernandes, Antonio, Son, good pick. Tsimikas, again, a really good cheap option. He's proving to be. Ben Rama is a really nice little cheaper midfield pick. You know, it's all about balancing it out. But yeah, his bench didn't do him too many jobs. I don't think any of them played, but doesn't matter.
And then he's followed your tactic, hasn't he? He's gone for the strong 11, and he's just like
strong 11, cheap
obvious,
bench.
Salah and Fernandes, and then it's just like he's picked up some really high points in Ben Rama, Antonio, and Son. So yeah, he's also done very well.
Early front runners, very early front runners.
Yeah. They want the £20 and the chance on the podcast. They want it.
I think it's mostly the podcast opportunity to be honest.
Surely.
100%. Oh.
But there's still a long way to go. The season has only just started, so we're just playing catch up now, and it's only a matter of time before we're up there as well, I'm sure, boys.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we're not getting £20 for this. We do this for free out of the love of our hearts. You know, this is all I need. I don't need money. This is all I need in life. But yeah, so we're 1 week in. We're all kind of settled. The thing is with week 1 is you have no idea how it's going to go with certain teams. You know how certain teams are going to set up properly, who's back. The Euros, I think, has had a bit of an impact. As you know, maybe Kane would have gone to training earlier, and he might have actually been fit. I think that's why I was convinced Bamford would maybe have a good week 1, but I think United shut him out a fair bit. But it's all about looking for next week. I think now we have a bit of an idea which teams can perform. Like Watford may still go down, but they've got a performance in them, and that's something to watch out for on the cheaper side of things with Dennis, who I think might have had a knock. He might not be available for next week, but with regarding next week, I'm not going to go into the specifics of what my team is going to be, but I will say this. I made a panic transfer after Brentford lost to Arsenal on Friday night, which obviously, once you make a transfer, you cannot change it back. It is there in your squad. And then I regretted it on Saturday because I thought I was doing really bad, because it was just after United won. I was like, oh no, if Salah doesn't have a good game, I'm bad. So I decided to use my wild card this early.
Interesting.
And I'm not too mad because I've done this before. I did it 2 years ago, and it was a good advantage because everyone holds on to their players and week by week is slowly changing it into what they want. But after week 1, when you kind of know how the league's how teams are kind of looking, use your wild card and get the team you want. And also, I did it also to clean out my bench and make it cheap as chips. So Ben Foster's in there just because I like his YouTube channel. He's on my bench because he's not going to get any game time. But yeah, so I have used my wildcard. That is all I will say on the matter. I've used my wildcard. So I'm changing until Saturday morning. I've made about 20 transfers already. So that's all I can add. Obviously, you guys, I don't think you've used yours. So Ashley,
No.
using your wildcard? No.
I've got some plans. Obviously, I do need to sort my game out. Some changes will be being made, but I'm not going to get into them before match week 2.
Yeah, I'm the same. Couple changes here and there, but nothing too major at the minute. Slowly getting into it, and we can't really reveal too much, give away our plans for next week. So people go stealing them, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this game week, and hopefully next week we'll all be right up there again.
Okay, guys, that is it for this week's video on our Fantasy Premier League. Obviously, there is still time to join. If you miss out on week 1, no problem. There's always time to catch up. People will drop plenty of points as the season goes on and make plenty of mistakes. So there's always a chance to push up the table and maybe even win. So yeah, the code is bofrdk on the official Premier League app. You can do it on your laptop, you can do it on your phone, on the app. Whatever you want to do, get on there now, and a £20 Amazon gift voucher with the opportunity to join the podcast for an episode could be yours. So yeah, make sure to join. We want as many people on there as possible. We're really glad with the amount of people we've managed to get on there so far. So yeah, really do give it a go. Obviously, some people have not done too good already, but you know, they have a chance to still push up. It's a long season, 38 weeks. Settle down, boys. The people at the top haven't won it yet. At the end of the day, I'm only 20 points behind top. So all I need is an absolute stormer from Emil Smith Rowe, and I'm right up there. But yeah, do remember that this isn't just a YouTube channel. We do have other things, such as the podcast. We filmed our episode for season 2, episode 3 yesterday, and put it out. So go and check that as we react to week 1 of fixtures. Also, that's all on Spotify. Also, we have our Instagram at TFQ Podcast. We have our Twitter at TFQ_podcast. We have our Facebook, which is just the football in question. And of course, don't forget to come back to this channel every week for your little dose of FPL action. Don't forget to subscribe, ding the bell for notifications, comment, like this. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we've done here, boys. So I guess we'll be back next week for hopefully an even better week for myself, as I'm already the best on the podcast. But I guess that's us for now, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you soon.